Welcome to the Long Beach State Softball Complex as we've got Game 3 of this weekend series of a rivalry game between Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton. These two teams played in a doubleheader yesterday, and Fullerton took them both, so this is a huge game for Long Beach to prevent being swept on their home field. I'm Bruce Kuntz alongside Alex Prado, and you're listening to 22 West Radio. Alex, the Beach are trying to bounce back after a tough couple of losses yesterday. What do you see the adjustments being made in that Beach dugout?
So the first thing Long Beach State has to do today is set the tone early. Yesterday's Game 2 ran away from them 11-0, but Game 1 was much more competitive because we came up with 2 runs to start off the game. In doing this, we're forcing Fullerton to play catch-up the whole game while we set the pace. So today, Long Beach is starting off without 2 of their top 4 hitters, so Brooklyn Lee and Carissa Sweet are going to have to pick up the slack in today's game.
It's a couple of teams that have performed differently than was expected going into the year, especially for the Beach. They were picked to finish first in the Big West in the preseason coaches poll, but as it stands right now, the Beach just 8-6 in conference play, find themselves in 5th place in the conference. Fullerton, with those 2 wins yesterday, has put themselves up into 3rd place at 9-5. So the Titans looking to keep things rolling today. The Beach have relied on their pitching staff pretty heavily so far this year, and it's worked in terms of the pitching's performance on the season. The Beach have the #1 ERA in the conference by a pretty wide margin, just a 3.07 earned run average on the season. Second place is Hawaii at 3.52. On the flip side, though, Fullerton has done one thing really well, and that's hit. Fullerton leads the conference in batting average at 339. Second place is CSUN at 282. So these two teams have excelled on opposite sides of the ball and really put themselves ahead of anybody else in the conference.
Yeah, and you're right about that, Bruce. The hitting has to come after the pitching and back it up as well. In Game 2, obviously there was no hitting. It was pretty much dead the whole time. But the first game was much more competitive. That's because we were battling. We set the tone early. The pitching is there. All we need to do is get behind the pitcher and get the sticks up as the first batter steps up.
Colby McClinton is leading things off for Cal State Fullerton. In the circle today for the Beach is the freshman right-hander Bryn Nally. So here comes the first pitch from Nally. She kicks, brings home a strike to get things underway. Colby McClinton comes into this one playing second base for Cal State Fullerton. She's batting .380 on the year. 0-1 pitch from Nally, just misses up. McClinton with 1 home run on the season has reached base at a .459 clip. Nally kicks and comes home with the 1-1, misses low, so the count is now 2-1. Right on right matchup to get this game underway. The Beach looking to prevent a sweep here at home to their arch rivals in the Titans. 2-1, ground ball over to third, but it gets foul. Just snuck down the line past Jacqueline Bakar, but to the left side of the chalk, so the count is now 2-2.
That inside pitch is going to be dangerous. She was all over it. She pulled it a little too much. Didn't quite get in play, but next time that happens, she's going to get a piece of it.
Bryn Nally has had a lot of action in her freshman season. She brings home a 2-2 pitch and misses high and away with a rise ball. So the count is full to start the game to Colby McClinton. But for Nally, she's thrown 50 2/3 innings with a 3.18 ERA. It's been an impressive rookie campaign to this point. Full count pitch from Nally. Fouled off down the right side. We'll do it again. Good long plate appearance here to get this game underway for Colby McClinton. McClinton, a stolen base threat when she does reach. 12 for 12 on stolen base attempts this year. So he's trying to start things off for Fullerton. 7th pitch of the plate appearance from Nally. A ground ball over to third. Picard picks it on the backhand and throws over to first in time. So it's the first out of the game for the Beach.
That's a smart move there, going back to the inside pitch, but this time getting it a little off the plate. You know, she was eager to hit that one after the first foul ball, but this one got right into play at the third base side, but ultimately it wasn't hard enough, and they got the out.
Next batter coming up now is Sarah Perez. For Cal State Fullerton, Perez steps into the left-handed box. This is a left-handed hitting shortstop. First pitch from Nally, catches the outside corner for strike one. Perez, the sophomore, batting .330 on the season. Oh, 1 from Nally, taken down and away for ball one. You see Perez, as the pitch comes home, creeps up in that left-handed box. So the Beach have the full infield in. Don't have a lot of time to try and get the speedy runner. She's already starting down the first baseline when she swings. 1-1. Ground ball right back to Nally on the mound. She picks it and throws in time for out number 2.
She got a little bit too ahead of it. Caught the end of the stick there, right back to the pitcher. Next time she's up, she's going to be aware of that. It's going to be a better piece.
It's a good job by Nally to get through the second batter pretty quick there after a long at-bat to start the game from Colby McClinton. Now it brings up the number 3 hitter for Cal State Fullerton, Natalie Lozano. First pitch from Nally, a rise ball on the outside corner for strike one. Lozano is a freshman in the 3-hole today for Fullerton, batting .377 on the year. Open stance for the right-handed batter. 0-1 comes home and misses down in the dirt. Bounces away from the catcher today, Brooklyn Lee, for the Beach. So the count is now 1-1. Lozano has really shined this year for Fullerton as a freshman. As the 1-1 comes home and is taken on the outside corner for strike two. But Lozano, with 6 home runs on the year, is slugging .623. Very impressive freshman season for Lozano, the Fullerton right fielder. Nally's ahead of her, though. As the 1-2 comes home, it's grounded right back to Nally again. She fields cleanly and throws in time. It's a 1-2-3 first inning for Bryn Nally, and a good start to the game for the Beach. Now they'll come up to bat for the first time, coming up next here on 22 West Radio.
Beach fans, connect with
Beach coming up to bat for the first time now. We'll take you through the Long Beach State batting order tonight. Lena Apodaca leads off playing right field. Batting second, Jacqueline Bakar, the third baseman. In the 3 spot is Priscilla Iniguez playing first base. Cleanup is Brooklyn Lee, the catcher. The 5 spot, Michaela Median, the center fielder. And batting sixth, Carissa Sweet, the left fielder. The 7, 8, 9 are Milena Tyrones, Avery Weisbrook, and Selena Perez. But the left-handed hitting, Apodaca steps in now. Fullerton pitcher Ava Hurtado looks down at the wrist, gets the pitch call, and comes home with ball one to get the at-bat underway for Apodaca. We're scoreless here in the bottom of the first inning. The Beach up to bat for the first time with the freshman right fielder leading things off. .1-0 pitch, taken again, just high. That one was close, but Fullerton does not get the call from our home plate umpire today, John Baca. Take you through the rest of the umpiring crew. Down at first base is Tanya Gehrig. At third base is Steve Rodriguez. Three-man crew today. 2-0. Line drive into short left field, but the shortstop is camped underneath it. Perez makes the catch for the first out. Still nobody on for the Beach.
Hurtado's got to feel good about that one. Only a few pitches there and a quick out. Especially on a lefty, you got to adjust to that. So coming off that first batter, getting it down really quick is going to set the tone for the rest of the game.
Second hitter for Long Beach comes in now, Jacqueline Bakar, batting .260 on the year. First pitch misses inside, just about got her, and Bakar did not get out of the way, but just misses her. So the senior is ahead 1-0. Bakar rocking some stirrups today, high cut. 1-0, misses outside.
Bakar has the second most at-bats on the team so far in the season. He's been pretty consistent all year. That's what's earned her this second spot on the rotation here.
2-0 pitch from Hurtado, fly down into right field. Underneath it, Lozano ranges into foul territory and makes the catch. So it's 2 quick outs for the Beach to get the bottom of the first underway.
I might have jinxed that last one, Bruce.
First baseman number 3.
Priscilla Iniguez will come up now for Long Beach State. Iniguez, the freshman, batting .297 with a .500 slugging percentage this year. The Beach wearing all black uniforms with white pinstripes. Fullerton in white tops and navy blue pants. First pitch to Iniguez misses inside. For Fullerton, their white jerseys have navy on the shoulders. The full Fullerton defense all wearing stirrups with orange and white stripes and a navy blue sock. 1-0, grounded foul down the third base line. Nobody on and 2 out for the Beach. 1-1 count to Priscilla Iniguez.
Priscilla's hitting .297, right on the cusp of 300 with a few other players on this Long Beach team.
Here's the 1-1. Changeup that floats in is popped up into short center field. The center fielder calls it off, and Verhoef makes the play. So both sides go down 1-2-3 in the first inning, and we're going to the second, still scoreless here on 22 West Radio.
No matter what you're looking for in a gym, Planet
Top of the second inning, about to get underway. Bryn Nally back on the mound for Long Beach State, as it's the 4, 5, and 6 in the Fullerton order coming up, starting with Ava Arce. Arce, the junior first baseman, leading Fullerton in batting average at .414. What a season it's been so far for Arce as she steps into the left-handed batter's box.
I think that's so dangerous about this Fullerton team. There's a lot of players over 300 and a few right on the cusp of 400. So the whole team is pretty consistent here as the lefty digs in for the first pitch.
First one from Nally, catches the outside corner. Ava Arce, third in the Big West in batting average this year at .414. Here's the 0-1 from Nally. Line drive, softly hit, but right at the third baseman, Bakar. So she makes the catch, and that's the first out of the inning.
Another quick out right there from Bryn Nelly. She's got to feel good about that. The first 3 went down in the first inning. She got the first one this time around.
RC caught it right off the end of the bat. A soft line drive that was right at Bakar. So 1 out, nobody on for the Titans as we're still scoreless in the top of the second inning. Up comes Alexia Lopez, the catcher for the Titans, as she takes strike 1. Lopez, a right-handed batter, hitting .386 this year. It's a lot of slug in the middle of this Fullerton order. 4 straight batters that are at or above 500. There's a ground ball down the left side and foul. So it's an 0-2 hole for Lopez.
Lopez easily in the running with those top 2 or 3, maybe even 4 hitters on this Fullerton team, batting .386.
She's in the 5-hole today. Nally comes home, checked her swing, and it missed low. She did not go around. Tried to get a chase on a changeup there, but a good take from Lopez. Nally looks down at the wristband, gets the pitch call. Now here's the 1-2, taken down in the dirt again. Count evens 2-2. Nobody on and 1 out for the Titans. They're still searching for their first base runner off of the freshman starter for the Beach, Bryn Nally. 2-2. Ground ball over to third. Bakar had it go off the tip of her glove. Picks it up, throws over. Not in time. Just beating it out. Alexia Lopez has herself an infield single. We'll see if it's scored that way or if it'll be an error on Bakar. It was a ground ball just to the backhand. It is immediately scored an error on Bakar as she couldn't glove it. So the first base runner for the Titans is on an error by the third baseman, Jacqueline Bakar. Now runner on first with 1 out in the inning.
That's why they call it the hot corner, Bruce. It's so easy to bobble a ball over there, and it's coming in hot, and you got to make the throw across the diamond.
So the Titans have a base runner. Still no hits, though, against Nally. Runner on first with 1 out. Nally steps off the back of the mound. The hitter here is Sarah Casillos, the freshman right-handed batter, playing third base today for Fullerton. First pitch from Nally, a ground ball right to Bakar. She throws to second in time. The throw across will not be made to first. So they get the lead runner. Bakar able to shake off the error and make a good play there. Still a runner on first with 2 outs now in the inning for Fullerton.
Yeah, great comeback right there. Right at the hot corner, she was able to flip it a second to get the lead runner. That's the most important part. They weren't able to make the throw over to first, but nonetheless, we got 2 down.
Sofia Guevara steps in now, the designated player for the Titans. Right on right matchup as Nally gets the pitch call and comes home with a foul ball over to the left side.
It's interesting, 3 or 4 of these batters already have fouled off, pulling to the left side on that inside pitch. So Bryn Nally may have found a little kryptonite for the Fullerton squad.
Nally has a great changeup. Has shown it all year. So pretty often she gets the opposing hitters out ahead of it. 0-1. Changeup again. This time it caught the bottom of the zone. Really nice location there from Nally to jump ahead 0-2.
And there's the adjustment right there. Pulling it on inside pitch, fouling it off, and then going right on the outside low corner. Changes the hitter's eye.
Runner on first with 2 out. 0-2 pitch from Nally. Fly ball into right field. Apodaca ranges towards the line and makes the catch. So the Beach able to escape after an error was made in the inning, but we're going to the bottom of the second after the Fullerton Titans strand 1. It's still scoreless here on 22 West Radio.
Catcher number 17,
Bottom of the second inning as we're
Brooklyn
still
Lee.
scoreless and the Beach come back up to bat. Brooklyn Lee will lead things off, the catcher for Long Beach State in the cleanup spot today. 358 average on the year for Lee. So we've got a right-on-right matchup to start the bottom of the second. First pitch taken outside for ball one. Ava Hurtado still on the mound for Fullerton.
Brooklyn Lee is going to be looking to have a big game here, especially with those 2 out of the top 4 hitters out for Long Beach today.
1-0. Taken on the inside corner for strike one.
He's hitting 358. He's got the best average in the lineup so far. Batting cleanup for a reason. She's got the most plate appearances, 106, to Jacqueline McCarr's 100.
1-1. On the inside corner again, strike two. Beach looking for their first base runner against Hurtado. It's a good crowd here today for this rivalry game. As the 1-2 is taken down for ball two. But as would be expected, usually whenever Long Beach and Fullerton play each other in any sport, it's a packed out crowd with fans traveling from either side. It's a good mix today of Fullerton fans on the left side of the stands and the Beach on the other side. The 2-2 is taken down, count now full to Brooklyn Lee.
I always like these games where it's a packed house. It just makes it seem more competitive. You got both sides with your stands filled and you have a little more pressure to play good.
Good energy, no doubt. Payoff pitch, ground ball over to first, making the play. Artsy touches the bag, and that's the first out of the inning.
That's a good pitch from Hurtado right there on the low right corner, getting her to stick out the bat and just hit a soft grounder to the first baseman.
Not a lot that Brooklyn Lee could do with that one.
Michaela Medellin.
So now Michaela Medellin comes up now for the Beach. The right-handed hitting center fielder enters with a 283 batting average on the year. 4 straight retired for Ava Hurtado. She comes home with the first pitch, a changeup that floats in for strike one. A completely clear sky here. Not a cloud to cover up that bright sunshine. 0-1, tried to bunt it, but missed. So the count is now 0-2.
Got a little bit of wind to offset this heat beaming on us right now.
It's a good feeling breeze.
Definitely saving us right now.
That sun radiates off these grandstands. 0-2 taken outside.
All 3 pitches have been outside so far. First one was in for a strike. Second one missed the bunt. And that third one was just off the plate.
1-2. Taken outside again. Clearly that's the game plan for Hurtado on the mound. So not only are the stands behind home plate all packed out, but there's one grandstand out behind the center field fence that has fairly filled up out there. 2-2 fouled off a ground ball towards the Fullerton dugout. Fullerton in the third base dugout today, despite being the road team. This Beach team likes to take the first base dugout when they're at home. 2-2. Changeup that's flied out into center field. Ranging back for Hove. Looks up. It's off the wall. She rounds first and pulls into second base. It's a double for Michaela Medellin, and the Beach have their first hit and base runner of the game. Runner on second with 1 out now in this second inning.
What a great at-bat. She ran the count and adjusted on that pitch. She had thrown 4 straight balls on the right side, on the outside corner. And then that one that she left hanging right in the middle, she took it over all the way to the warning tracks. Stand-up double.
Gave it a decent ride. Medellin almost left the yard with that one, but hits it off the base of the wall. So now Medellin is out at second base. Coming up now for Long Beach State is Carissa Sweet. First pitch to Sweet, taken just inside for ball one.
Sweet is the other player I'm looking for to have a good game, adjusting with those top 2 hitters out of the lineup today. She's hitting 324.
1-0. taken just outside. The Fullerton catcher Lopez tried to stick that one. Now we'll have a quick mound visit as Lopez walks out there and the full Titans infield converges on the mound.
Carissa Sweet's a senior. 68 at-bats so far this season, right in that medium level. A nice base hit here. Anywhere to the right side would definitely move the runner up, might even score. That's the good part about being a lefty. When there's a runner in scoring position, it gives the ball a little more time to come across the field if needed to be thrown from the outfield.
The Titans break their meeting in the circle, head back to their positions. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Hurtado, taken on the outside corner for strike one. Runner at second with 1 out for the Beach. Fullerton coming off of a sweep of the doubleheader yesterday. The Beach trying to pick up a win to end the series here. Ground ball over to shortstop. Perez ranges in, fields cleanly, and throws to first in time. The runner Medellin moves up to third on the ground out. 2 outs in the inning now for the Beach.
Designated player number 1, Milena Terrones.
Big at bat here in this bottom of the second now as Milena Terrones will come up. Runner at third with 2 outs in the frame. We're still tied 0-0, so the Beach with a chance to pick up the first run of the ball game here.
Another lefty at the plate.
First pitch from Hurtado, a rise ball that misses high. Terrones enters with a .306 batting average on the year. This is her 50th at-bat of the season right now. (1-0). Taken down and away for ball 2.
Despite having the lowest amount of at-bats in this lineup so far, she's hitting .306. Not too bad for just 50 starts.
2-0. Taken for a strike at the knees that time. Nice pitch from Hurtado. Medellin, the runner at third base. Terrones in the box. (2-1). Taken down low. The catcher Lopez bounced out of the squat and gave a point out to the mound. Looked like she wanted that call, but does not get it. The Fullerton first baseman, Ava Arce, actually came over to the mound and gave a little pep talk to Hurtado, the freshman in the circle today for the Titans. 3-1, flied out into short center field, ranging over Verhoff, calls it off and makes the play. So that does it for the bottom of the second. Long Beach leaves one stranded at third. We're going to the third inning, still scoreless here on 22 West Radio. Third inning about to get underway as Fullerton comes back up to bat. We're still scoreless between the Titans and the Beach. Fullerton won both games of the doubleheader yesterday, so the Beach trying to get back in the win column here. A big game for Long Beach State to pick up a win in Big West Conference play. First pitch from Bryn Nally misses outside. Left-handed hitting Crystalline Romulo in the box.
Senior hitting .274 so far in 95 at-bats.
She's in the 8th spot for the Titans today. 1-0, taken down. Lee had to pick that one out, so the count is now 2-0. The Beach have the full infield in. Romulo, the left-handed hitter, is taking steps with the pitch as it comes to home plate. 2-0. Taken outside again for ball 3. Romulo, a very dangerous runner, has stolen 15 bases this year, the most in the Fullerton lineup. So not a runner you'd want to walk to lead off the inning if you're Bryn Nally. Taken for ball 4. Was just outside that time, so it's a 4-pitch walk for Crystalline Romulo. She heads down to first as a leadoff base runner for the Titans.
Long Beach is going to have to be careful here, like you said, Bruce. Good base runner at first. And we got another lefty at bat.
Kate Verhoef comes up now. At 250, she's the lowest batting average in the lineup for the Titans today. First pitch, runner started to go, but then put on the brakes as Verhoef bunted through it. So it's an 0-1 count, and the runner stays at first base.
4 out of the 9 Titans hitters are lefties, interestingly enough. So they're all spaced out pretty good. You got one at 2, and then the cleanup, and then 8 and 9.
0-1. Tapped on the ground down the third baseline, but it gets foul.
Good idea from Kate. Small hit to the left side would move the runner up and maybe even get herself to first.
Swinging bunt there, but didn't stay fair. .02 from Nally. Taken outside. The runner Romulo started to break again, but then put on the brakes. So Lee caught it and gave a look down at first before tossing the ball back to Nally in the circle.
I wouldn't be surprised if the runner takes off on this one.
1-2. Tapped on the ground right back to Nally. She comes in fields. Only play is at first, and she makes it. So there's the first out of the inning as Romulo advances to second base.
Second baseman number 19.
Romulo got a head start on that one. Was able to break up the double play there. Had no chance at second, so only play was at first. And now they got a runner in scoring position.
Swinging bunt from Verhoef. Moves the runner up, so it's the top of the order coming up now for Fullerton. Colby McClinton steps into the right-handed box. First pitch from Nally. She squares around. Runner goes to third. The throw high and into left field. Here comes Romulo to home plate, and she's in standing up. So she steals third base, then advances to home on the throwing error from Brooklyn Lee behind the plate, and Fullerton has jumped ahead 1-0.
That is great heads-up base running by Romulo there. Making them throw the ball over to third, letting them make their own mistakes, sailed over, and now they picked up the first run of the ball game.
1-0 Titans here in the top of the third inning. It's a 1-0 pitch from Bryn Nally. Tapped off the glove for a foul ball. Count now 1-1. It looked like almost a slightly delayed steal from Romulo at second base. Didn't seem like she had a great jump, and a good throw might have got her at third base, but the throw from Brooklyn Lee was high, tipped off the glove of the third baseman, Jacqueline Bakar, and into left field. So Romulo easily scored. 1-1 is taken low by McClinton.
She's very aggressive on the bases, only the second base runner for the Titans today. She got across. Going all the way around the diamond.
A hectic trip around the bases. Here's a rope down the left field line, but it just gets foul. Bounces into the left field corner, but McClinton will have to walk back to home plate with a 2-2 count.
Rinaldi is really dialing in on that changeup on the inside, getting the batters to stay out in front. I think I'm looking for an outside pitch on this one just to change up the batter's view.
2-2 from Nally. Changeup outside, roped into left field, coming in, but unable to make the catch. Sweet went down to her knees, but it tips off of her. She's able to corral it and hold McClinton to a single, but it's the first base knock of the day for the Titans as they're ahead 1-0 with a runner on first and one out here in the top of the third.
Great recognition from McClinton. Seeing that the ball was going to be outside, she was out in front, pulled it over to the left side, and a little mistake over there in left field got her on first.
Good effort from Sweet, the left fielder for the Beach. Pitch from Nally, tapped on the ground. Bakar at third fields and throws to first in time. McClinton moves up to second on a ground out from Sarah Perez. So Fullerton now with 2 outs in the inning has another runner in scoring position.
Right fielder number 5, Natalie Lozano.
It's the 3-hitter for Fullerton now, Natalie Lozano. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out to the pitcher. Just tapped it back to Nally in the first inning. First pitch, a rise ball, misses up and away. Runner at second with 2 outs. Fullerton already with 1 run in the inning, looking to add a second. McClinton, the runner, out at second base. Lozano, the right-handed batter, in the box. 1-0. Taken just low. So Lozano is ahead 2-0. Now we'll have a mound visit here for the Beach. Kim Souter walks out of the Long Beach State dugout and straight into the circle. The full infield converges for Long Beach State.
That's the thing about this Fullerton team. They got a roster full of hitters. They got a few big hitters, but ultimately everyone just gets on base. And the fact that they have good base runners moves everyone up. I mean, that's just a great part of the ball game right there.
So Kim Souter breaks the mound visit here. A legendary coach for Long Beach State. She's in her 18th season at the helm, a 4-time Big West Coach of the Year. She was inducted into the Long Beach State Athletics Hall of Fame in 1998. So Souter's been at the helm for a long time. 2-0 pitch from Bryn Nally, fouled off into the netting. Souter has won Big West Conference championships on 5 separate occasions. The last one for the Beach was in 2023. They were picked to finish first in the Big West Coaches Poll preseason this year, but have not quite played to the best of their abilities so far. There's a pitch from Nally on the outside corner. Nice location for strike 2. It's a 2-2 count to Natalie Lozano. Runner at second with 2 outs for Cal State Fullerton. Nally, the freshman, on the mound, trying to pitch out of the jam. Time will be called by Lozano. Nally was taking a while to decide on a pitch. Now we've got 2-2. Hard line drive. Oh, stabbed by the shortstop Perez. Moved over to her left and made a nice play before that one could get into center. So it's a line out to finish the top of the third. Titans leave one stranded in scoring position, but they strike first with the first run of the ball game. We're going to the bottom of the third inning, 1-0 Titans here on 22 West Radio.
Number 10.
Bottom of the third inning as the Beach are coming back up to bat. They're now chasing a run as the Titans jumped ahead 1-0 in the top half of the inning. So Long Beach has the 8, 9, and 1 spots due up, starting with Weisbrook, the second baseman. First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Avery Weisbrook, the right-handed hitter, batting .240 on the season. Oh, 1. Fly ball out into short center field, ranging in. Verhoef is underneath it, and she makes the catch for out number 1.
Shortstop number 7.
Quick first out there,
Perez.
setting the tone for the inning.
That brings up the light-hitting shortstop for the Beach, Selena Perez. The junior batting just .105 on the year. She's in the lineup consistently for the Beach due to her excellent defensive abilities. She shows bunt early here, then pulls it back and takes strike 1 on the inside corner. Selena Perez made a nice play on defense to end the top half of the third. Ranged over and caught a line drive before it could get into center field. 0-1, taken high on a rise ball. She shows bunt early again, pulls it back, and takes ball 2. Two-one from Hurtado. Taken again, outside again for ball 3. Selena Perez has reached base at only a .209 clip this year. Has 8 walks on the season.
She's only got 57 at-bats so far this season.
3-1, flied out into right field. Lozano ranges back to her right, but is there to make the catch. So it's back-to-back flyouts to start the inning as the Beach will bring up the top of the lineup with 2 outs and nobody on.
Right fielder number 6, Lena Apodaca.
Lefty at the top of the lineup. Hurtado's gonna have to adjust here.
Lena Apodaca takes ball 1, just up and in. Apodaca 0 for 1 today. Popped out the shortstop in the bottom of the first. Apodaca grounds one over to short on the backhand. Perez fields. Her throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. Arce gave a long stretch but could not keep her foot on the base. So we'll see how that's scored. Looks like it has not been scored yet, but Lena Apodaca reaches first base as Fullerton will have a quick visit in the circle here. The Beach with a 2-out base runner as Apodaca reaches. The throw just pulled the Fullerton first baseman off the bag, and that is indeed scored an error on the Fullerton shortstop Perez. A tough error there as that was not an easy play. She went to the backhand and fielded. It was a close play at first, but the throw just unable to be accurate.
That was a great stretch by Ava Arce over there.
A great effort, for sure.
Definitely.
She was pleading with the first base umpire today, Tanya Gehrig, as soon as the call was made, saying that she did keep her foot on the base. But nonetheless, Lena Apodaca is at first for the Beach with 2 outs in the inning. Jacqueline Bakar steps back into the right-handed box, lines one into right field, a base hit for Bakar. Apodaca will pull up at second and stay there. So the Beach with back-to-back runners reaching with 2 outs. That'll bring up Priscilla Iniguez with a couple runners on for Long Beach State.
Long Beach State is in a good spot here. Got 2 runners on. Playing a little catch-up, down by 1.
Looking to continue this 2-out rally. Priscilla Iniguez steps into the box. She's 0 for 1 today. First pitch taken high for ball 1. First time up there for Iniguez. She flew out to center field.
Only 64 appearances so far at the plate, but she's batting .297.
1-0 taken inside for ball 2. Good count here for Iniguez to get a pitch to drive. She's hit 3 home runs this season, tied for the lead in this Beach lineup today. Two-0. Takes a changeup down for ball 3. The wind picked up a bit right before that last pitch, continuing to blow now, as it's a 3-0 count for Priscilla Iniguez.
It's a great back-to-back with Iniguez in the 3 spot, and then Brooklyn Lee coming right after in the cleanup.
3-0. Taken this time for a strike. Hurtado caught the inside corner there. The Beach looking to rally, first and second with 2 out. As the 3-1 pitch comes home and is fouled back. Count now full. (3-2) with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Titans ahead 1-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Hurtado's most likely going to go back to that comfortable pitch right on the low outside.
Payoff pitch.
Ooh.
Came inside and hit her on the backhand.
Complete opposite of what you wanted to do. Now the bases are loaded.
Iniguez heads down to first and appears to be okay, shaking out that right arm a bit, but the bases are now loaded for the Beach as we've got another visit in the circle for the Titans. This time it's just the players, no coach comes out of the dugout.
This is going to have to be a huge at-bat for Brooklyn Lee here in the 4th spot. This is exactly the kind of situation she wants to be in. Cleanup, bases loaded, 2 down, and down by 1 run.
Brooklyn Lee coming up here for Long Beach State. The bases are loaded. Now it looks like the Titans are going to make a pitching change. So that does it for Ava Hurtado. Fullerton goes to the bullpen and brings in a reliever to try and escape this jam here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So when we come back, we'll introduce the new Titans pitcher coming in to try and escape the jam here on 22 West Radio. 21. Trisha McCleskey.
There we go, Trisha McCleskey.
Beach with a big spot here. The new reliever for Cal State Fullerton is Trisha McCleskey, the redshirt sophomore. Brooklyn Lee, the batter for Long Beach State. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Fullerton trying to protect a 1-0 lead. First pitch from McCleskey taken for a strike by Brooklyn Lee. McCleskey has thrown a lot of games for Fullerton this season. 27 appearances, 18 of them starts, 111 1/3 innings on the year so far for McCleskey with a 3.84 ERA. 0-1 lined foul down the right side. Softball deflects back to the circle. So McCleskey picks it back up with an 0-2 count.
McCleskey 9 wins and 7 losses so far in the season.
Brooklyn Lee trying to fight. 0-2. Ground ball over too short. Fielding and throwing across for the out in time is Perez, and that does it for the bottom of the 3rd. The Beach leave them loaded as we go to the 4th. It's 1-0 Titans here on 22 West Radio.
No runs, 2 hits.
Fourth inning about to start as Fullerton is ahead 1-0. The Titans able to strand the bases loaded for Long Beach State in the bottom half of the third. So they carry this 1-0 deficit into the fourth inning. Fullerton trying to finish off a sweep here in Long Beach this weekend. It was a big series for both these teams in Big West Conference play. Fullerton has already clinched a series victory. They're trying to make it a sweep with a win today to finish the series. First pitch misses outside. Still Bryn Nally on the mound for Long Beach State. The batter for Cal State Fullerton is Ava Arce. 1-0, taken for a strike. Good location there at the knees from Nally.
Arce batting in the cleanup spot, hitting .414 on 111 plate appearances.
She lined out to third first time up. 1-1, swung on and missed, chased that time down and away. Nice pitch from Nally to get the swing and a miss. And the count is now 1-2.
You see, for a righty, that pitch is jamming you up on the inside, which he's done all game. But for the lefties, it's out and away, tailing off. So it's much more difficult for you to get the bat on it.
1-2. Same pitch, got a piece of it this time, popped it up to shortstop, and Perez is there to make the catch. So 1 out, nobody on now for the Titans to begin the fourth.
Catcher number 22, Alexia Lopez.
Alexia Lopez, the next batter for the Titans. Right-handed hitting catcher steps in. She reached on an error her first time up. Pitch from Nally, misses high. It was a ground ball to third for Lopez that tipped off the glove of Bakar. (1-0), taken again for ball 2. The Titans only with 1 hit so far off of Bryn Nally. But they were able to plate a run last inning after Crystalline Romulo walked and then made her way around the bases. 2-0, taken for ball 3. For Romulo, she moved up to second on a fielder's choice, then stole third base, and on the throw, it got into left field, so Romulo was able to score. (3-0), taken right down the middle for strike 1. Bryn Nally, the freshman, trying to keep this game close. She's making her 11th start of the season today. 3-1, taken on the outside corner. Nally has fought back into the count and made it full. Nally gets the pitch call. Now comes home with the full count pitch. Grounded over towards third, but it's the shortstop Perez who comes over. Her throw across, not in time. Lopez able to leg it out. A good effort from the Long Beach shortstop, Selena Perez. But as she was moving to her right, not any real chance to beat the speedy runner down the line. So Alexia Lopez has reached for the second time, an infield single as Fullerton has a runner at first with 1 out. Sarah Casillos steps in now for the Titans. First pitch to her, taken for a strike. Lopez down at first, 3 for 3 on stolen base attempts this year. Oh, 1 pitch. Checked her swing, but it's a called strike again. So Nally has jumped ahead 0-2.
It's a nice pitch by Nally there. A little off speed on the right side, getting the runner to check and second guess on that swing. Let's see what she can do ahead of the count here.
0-2. Tipped it foul. Just got a piece, and that one squirts behind home plate.
Same pitch, and it was just tipped off on the right side of the plate. This time around, might be looking at the changeup on the inside once again for this righty.
The home plate umpire, John Baca, inspected the foul ball and decided to take that ball out of rotation. Tossed it over to the Beach dugout. Still an 0-2 count for Bryn Nally, pitching against Sarah Casillas. Runner at first with 1 out for the Titans. Another 0-2. Topped in play. The shortstop Perez comes in, fields, and throws to first in time. A nice play by Perez, who, as we've said, is in the lineup for her glove. Was unable to get Lopez on the infield single last time up, but Perez makes the play here to get Casillas at first. Lopez does move up to second, so it's 2 outs and a runner at second base for the Titans.
Yeah, she got a great angle on that compared to the last ground ball. Her momentum was going forward instead of off to the right.
Still a tough play. She threw it on the run. First pitch in for a strike to the designated player, Sofia Guevara. Guevara 0 for 1 with a fly out to right today. Nally gets the pitch call. Here's the 0-1. Down in the dirt, Lee blocks it. Nice job to keep the runner put at second base. Count now 1-1 to Guevara.
Those catcher instincts, immediately trying to protect the ball. Saves another base for the runner over there on second.
Runner on second with 2 outs. 1-1. Taken just outside. Lee hesitated on the throwback, thought she was getting that call, but home plate umpire John Baca rules it was outside.
That's another great pitch by Bryn Nally.
Two-one. Ground ball over to shortstop Perez Fields. Throw across in time. It's Selena Perez's inning, and she makes the play to end it. Fullerton leaves one stranded at second base, and we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 Titans. Beach try to respond here on 22 West Radio. Bottom of the 4th inning, Beach trailing 1-0 to the Cal State Fullerton Titans. The Beach with the 5, 6, and 7 spots due up here in the bottom of the 4th, trying to make a comeback today. Back out on the mound is Trisha McCleskey for the Titans. Her first pitch fouled back into the netting for strike 1. Nice snag behind the dish by Lopez, the catcher, as that ball ricocheted off the netting and just about caught the home plate umpire in the head, but Lopez plucked it before it hit him.
Medellin 1 for 1 today.
0-1 is in there for a strike on the inside corner. Medellin doubled off the wall in center field her first time up. One of 3 hits today for the Beach. This is the second batter that Trisha McCleskey has faced for Fullerton, and she gets a strikeout. Medellin chases down and away, goes down on 3 pitches to begin this bottom of the 4th inning.
Left fielder number 30, Carissa.
McCleskey's got a lot more power on the ball here when throwing towards home plate, so the batters are going to have to adjust to this one and adjust to the pitching change in general.
Next pitch from McCleskey misses down and away. The hitter now for Long Beach is Carissa Sweet. Sweet grounded out to shortstop her first time up. 1 out, nobody on for Long Beach State. 1-0, grounded to third, right through, but it just gets foul. A late ruling there from home plate umpire John Baca, as that ball was already in the corner when the hands went up.
Yeah, I think Sweet thought that was going to be a fair ball too. She was already around first, thinking she was on her way to second, but
the third baseman, Casillas, was pulled in front of the third base bag with the left-handed batter. The ground ball was hit hard and got right through her. Looked like it bounced right near getting over that third base bag, but the ruling is it went foul. So Carissa Sweet comes back to home plate. 1-1 pitch taken just outside for ball 2.
third base umpire Steve Rodriguez making that difficult call over there on the left side.
Looked like to me that Rodriguez kind of bailed out of the way of it. He was moving over towards second base as the 2-1 is flied out into right field. Sweet gave it a ride. Oh, but the right fielder, Lozano, able to track it down just in front of the warning track. A decent swing there from Carissa Sweet, but she'll head back to the dugout as out number 2.
Sweet has got this great recognition when a ball is coming in inside. She's able to pull it off to her left, but this one didn't carry too much with the wind today.
She turned and burned there. The wind is coming in from center field. Might have knocked that one down. The Beach have a pinch hitter coming up now in place of Elena Terrones. It's Bryn Nally coming up, so not a pinch hitter, but it's the pitcher entering to hit in place of the designated player, Elena Terrones. So Bryn Nally in the box, the starting pitcher for Long Beach today. First pitch to her. Tipped her. So it's a hit by pitch. Nally will head down to first. Just barely caught a piece of her batting glove as it went by. So Nally appears to be perfectly fine, but she reaches first on a hit by pitch.
Well, Britt Nally did her job on the first pitch, got on.
Second baseman number 10, Avery Weisbrook.
That brings up Avery Weisbrook. Weisbrook 0 for 1 today with a fly out to center. Right-handed batter in a crouch takes ball 1. Bryn Nally down at first base has not attempted to steal a single time this year. One 0 taken outside for ball 2. To Weisbrook. Taken again, low. It's now 3-0. So after setting down the first 2 Beach batters to begin this bottom of the 4th inning, Trisha McCleskey hits Bryn Nally, now has fallen behind 3-0 to Weisbrook. 3-0 pitch, taken for strike 1. Weisbrook was ready to head down to first as she pulled a bunt back, but she's gonna have to stay and see another pitch.
Weisbrook only her 52nd at-bat this season, tied for the lowest on the roster so far with Elena Torres.
3-1 lined right side, but foul. So the count is now full.
Elena Terrones, excuse me. They're both at 52 at-bats here, batting at 7 and 8.
Weisbrook gives an exhale as he steps back into the box. Nally, the runner at first. Full count pitch comes home, and it's lined foul again.
It's a great battle here. Trisha McCleskey getting back into the count after that 3-0.
1-0 Titans, full count, runner at first for the Beach here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Another 3-2 pitch, taken on the inside corner. Weisbrook gets rung up, and she doesn't agree with the call, but a strikeout ends the inning as the Beach leave one runner stranded. We're going to the 5th, 1-0 Titans here on 22 West Radio.
Be a part of his
Top of the 5th inning, about to start for Cal State Fullerton. They come back up already ahead 1-0 and looking for some insurance. This is the 3rd game of a 3-game series this weekend. Started with a doubleheader yesterday, and Cal State Fullerton won both games. It's a little scoreless streak that's gotten developed here for the Beach offense after game 2 of that doubleheader yesterday. Finished in only 5 innings, an 11-0 win for the Titans. Now the Beach through 4 innings today have not plated a run yet. Bryn Nally back on the mound for Long Beach. First pitch tapped over to shortstop. The throw in time from Perez. So quick out number 1 here in the top of the 5th.
Bryn Nally, the Empire League Pitcher of the Year in all 4 years of her high school career. She was ranked as high as number 16 on Extra Inning Softball's Elite 100 in each of the last 3 years.
First pitch catches the outside corner for a strike, 2 for Hove. That last batter was Crystalline Romulo, who scored the only Fullerton run today. So good job by the Beach to retire her on 1 pitch. 0-1, grounded over to 3rd, making the play. Bakar throws in time. So 2 quick outs to begin this top of the 5th.
Bryn Nally doing a great job of making the hitters feel uncomfortable throughout the whole game despite pitching a good amount of innings so far. 5 to be exact as we're in the top of the 5th.
Nally delivers a ball now to the leadoff batter for Fullerton, Coleman McClinton. McClinton 1 for 2 today, singled her last time up. 1-0, tapped foul behind home plate, count evens 1-1. The wind starting to pick up here in this top of the 5th inning. Ball hasn't flown terribly well today. Haven't been a lot of fly balls, but when they have been hit up there, the wind has knocked it down. One from Nally. Hard ground ball over to Bakar at third. She fields cleanly and throws to first in time. So 3 ground outs, sets the Titans down 1-2-3. Bryn Nally is through 5 innings. We're going to the bottom half, 1-0 Titans here on 22 West Radio. Bottom of the 5th as the Beach are still looking for their first run of the game. Trisha McCleskey back out in the circle for Cal State Fullerton. Since entering in relief, she's looked good. She'll try to keep this Beach offense stifled with the 9-1 and 2 spots due up for the Beach, starting with Selena Perez.
Selena Perez.
Perez 0 for 1 today, but has made a couple good plays on defense. Batting in the 9th spot in the order. First pitch taken down low for ball 1.
Perez looking to start things off so that the top of the lineup can be in a good position to get some runners on board.
Perez squares around, then pulls the bunt back and flies one foul down the right field line. Count now 1-1. Still a very bright sunshine here at the Long Beach State softball field. There's some umbrellas scattered throughout the crowd. Fans that are bringing their own shade to the ballpark. 1-1, taken for strike 2. One-two pitch, taken up high. It's always a beautiful backdrop here with the pyramid on the right side, bright blue sky behind the royal blue pyramid. There's the Long Beach Water Tower out behind center field, the rest of campus out in left field. Good looking backdrop here at the softball complex as Perez takes ball 3. So the count is now full to the Long Beach shortstop.
You know, I always like the fact that flags are a big part of baseball and softball. Got the Long Beach flag out there, California, obviously the American flag right there in center.
Payoff pitch, flied out into left, but Romulo barely has to move. She makes the catch for the first out. There's also a baseball game happening out behind the right field fence. It's a Dirtbags practice field out there that they usually tend to rent out during the weekends. Hard to tell from here exactly what teams are going there, but that baseball game has been happening throughout this softball matchup. First pitch taken for a ball by the Long Beach State leadoff batter, Lena Apodaca.
We even got the Long Beach track over there, past center field.
There was a track meet this weekend. A bunch of big schools were here, Oregon and LSU. Apodaca takes ball 2.
Yeah, I think it was the Big West tournament. We had the coach from Long Beach, the soon-to-be head coach of the Women's Olympics team, come to our class and talk to us for a little bit. It was a cool experience to have.
Awesome stuff. 2-0 taken for a strike by Apodaca. She's 1 for 2 today. Popped out to shortstop her first time up and then singled last time. That single was originally ruled an error on Fullerton's shortstop, but got changed. There was one fly foul and out of play down the left side. Two-two count to Lena Apodaca, the left-handed hitting leadoff player for Long Beach. 1 out, nobody on. Fouled back. Count stays 2-2.
Freshman Apodaca, originally from Camarillo, California. A 4-year letter winner in softball at Camarillo High School.
She's one of 2 freshmen in this Long Beach lineup. Both of them up high in the order 1 and 3. 2-2, lined straight back into the netting. Priscilla Iniguez, the other freshman, starting today in the starting 9 for Long Beach. Bryn Nally, the starting pitcher, is also a freshman.
A lot of young talent on this Long Beach roster.
Three straight foul balls for Lena Apodaca. Here's another 2-2. Checked her swing as it got back to the backstop, so the count is now full.
I thought that one got the knob of the bat, or maybe even her hands there.
You know what? You're right. It looked like it might have. Scoreboard still shows 2-2. Next one is lined foul down the left side. I believe you're right, Alex. It looks like it still is a 2-2 count. So
yeah,
that would make it 5 straight foul balls for Apodaca.
That's always a rarity right there. We get just the knob of the bat, and it's able to go backwards. It's kind of a cool feat there.
It was awkward. Not a lot of reaction from anybody down there. Understood. 2-2. Grounded over to third. Casillas makes the play and throws in time for the second out.
Third baseman number 2, Jacqueline Becar.
So Jacqueline Becar comes up for Long Beach with 2 outs and nobody on. This Beach offense only with 3 hits today. Still looking for their first run.
They left the bases loaded a few innings ago.
First pitch taken down for ball 1 by Becar.
Becar's looking to start it off this inning. Trying to get on any way possible at this point.
(1-0). Grounded over on the left side. The shortstop Perez makes the play. Her throw across, not in time. Becar legs it out. She went down to the ground after reaching first base, but hops back up on her feet with an infield single. The Beach now have a 2-out base runner.
Ava Arce at first base with another full split on that stretch.
First baseman number 3.
She looks like she's comfortable doing a full split like that. And it almost comes natural to her. It's pretty amazing.
Very flexible, but still was not able to go out and get that one in time to beat the runner. So an infield single extends the inning here. Priscilla Iniguez, the right-handed hitting first baseman for the Beach, steps back in and fouls one straight back for strike 1.
Iniguez batting at the third spot, 297, just shy of hitting 300.
She's 0 for 1 today. Got hit by a pitch her last time. Oh, 1. Taken for strike 2. Right on the inside corner there as Iniguez held up. So it's an 0-2 count. Iniguez will look to fight.
Iniguez, one of the freshmen we mentioned earlier.
Sorry, Alex. Becar, the runner at first. 0-2 misses outside.
Only 64 at-bats coming into this game.
Still gets the nod in the 3 spot in the order. 1-2. Grounded over to third, making the play. Casillas throws in time to first for the third out. So we're going to the 6th inning. The Beach still held scoreless. It's 1-0 Titans as the 6th inning is about to get underway here on 22 West Radio. Top of the 6th inning, Fullerton coming back up looking for some insurance. It's 1-0 as this has been a pitching duel so far between these two sides. Bryn Nally, the freshman, back out on the mound for Long Beach State. Titans have the 2, 3, and 4 spots coming up, starting with Sarah Perez. First pitch from Nally. Misses outside. She rocked back and forth a couple of times before coming home with that one. Sarah Perez 0 for 2 today. Has had her average brought down to 325 on the season. 1-0. Taken outside again for ball 2.
Bryn Nally doing a great job so far. Pitched a full 5 innings. Now facing this lefty for the Fullerton squad.
2-0 pitch. Down and away for ball 3. You can feel a small amount of restlessness building in this Beach crowd as the offense has struggled. It's a 3-0 count to start this top of the 6th. Pitch from Nally, taken low. It's a 4-pitch walk. So Sarah Perez works on base. She's a stolen base start as well, 7 for 7 on stolen base attempts this year.
Right fielder number 5, Natalie.
It's the first time we've seen a 4-pitch walk today from Nally. I'm sure the pitching arm is tightening up after 5 full innings.
First one as the runner goes, it's swung on and missed. Throw down to second, into center field, and it bounces away from Medellin. So moving up to third base is Perez. She was content to stay put at second at first, but as Medellin came in from center field to back up the throw, it bounced away from her on a short hop. So Perez moves up to third, the second time today that we've seen that happen, where Fullerton has stolen a base and then been able to advance to an extra base on a throwing error. Got a little hold up here as it looks like the umpires are having a discussion. Waiting to see what exactly this is about.
Did she hop off a little too early, maybe?
That might be
on
it, because a couple of the umpires have disappeared now. Looks like they're going to make a review. When the first base umpire, Tanya Gehrig, walked in towards home plate umpire John Baca, she was pointing out the first base bag. So seems that is likely the thing that's being reviewed right now. to see whether the runner Perez, excuse me, left early from first base.
That was a great throw by Brooklyn Lee behind the plate, but the shortstop, Selena Perez, wasn't able to get there in time. I think she was hesitant, waiting on the pitch to cross the plate first. But it was right on line.
The review happening here to find out if Sarah Perez left first base early on the stolen base attempt. This is a big review here for Long Beach State, as the Titans would have a runner at third with nobody out. Any insurance run here for the Titans would feel pretty big with how stagnant the Beach offense has been today.
This is the second big steal from Fullerton, and as we saw the last time around, that stolen base turned into a run, the only run of the whole game so far. So Fullerton playing some mind games on the bases today, and it's working in their favor.
The Titans hoping that this play will stand. Still waiting the review here. It's 1-0 Titans in the top of the 6th inning. Nobody out, as we're going to find out whether Perez will be allowed to stay at third base. She was stealing on the play, and the throw down from Brooklyn Lee behind the plate went straight into center field. Perez moved up to third after the ball got away from the center fielder, Medellin, who was coming in to back up the throw. Long review here as they're trying to get this one right.
I think the issue there on the throw, Bruce, it's a right-handed batter, so the second baseman should be covering the throw over, but the shortstop was the one who had to come over just because there was a runner on first. And in the vocalization too, you gotta, when someone's stealing, you gotta be vocal about it, let everyone know on the field. I didn't really hear too much of that, so you gotta give your teammates a heads up, just so that way you know the throw's coming. Coordinate who's getting the throw down before the play is made, so that doesn't happen. Obviously the mishap in center field is just unlucky, but you know, it all starts with communication first.
It was a swing and a miss at the plate on the pitch. So you wonder if Selena Perez, the Long Beach shortstop, saw the swing and held up for just a minute to see whether the ball got put in play. As you said, as she came over to cover second on the stolen base attempt, got there a little late. The throw from Brooklyn Lee might have been a tiny bit offline to the right, but certainly wasn't too bad of a throw. And it looked like it would have been there in time to get the runner trying to steal. The review is still ongoing here. It's a lengthy review as they look this over and try to make sure they are getting the call right.
This is going to be a big call, Bruce, because if she didn't take off too early, she's going to be on third.
It'll be a big call and a lot of suspense building up to it. Get a drum roll here at some point from the Long Beach crowd, as I'm starting to see some faces looking around wondering the same thing of what's the deal, you know?
I mean, if the first base umpire, Tanya Gehrig, saw it right away, I would assume the footage would attest to that as well, and they'd know right away whether she left early or not, unless another issue came up. But we're in the dark here, folks, just like everyone else in the stands.
A very close review here as they're looking it over frame by frame. This is a huge game today for Long Beach State to try and tie things up in the conference standings between them and Cal State Fullerton. As things stand right now, the Beach are in 5th place in the Big West at just 8-6. Not where the Beach thought they'd be at this point. 18-5 overall on the season after Long Beach was picked in the preseason coaches poll to win the Big West. And the review has broken. The runner is out. So Sarah Perez left early from first base. So for Fullerton, instead of having a runner at third and nobody out, Perez is ruled out after a lengthy review. Huge overturn there for Long Beach State. Count goes back to 0-0 as it was a dead ball from the runner leaving early. Huge break there for Long Beach State. It's now 1 out and nobody on. Natalie Lozano, the batter for Fullerton. First pitch grounded over to shortstop. Perez fields on the backhand. Her throw bounces over and not in time. Natalie Lozano legs out an infield single. Not a lot that Selena Perez could do with that one. So Fullerton immediately gets the runner back on first base with 1 out in the inning.
First baseman number 25, Ava Arce.
Ava Arce comes up now. Arce 0 for 2 today. First pitch from Nally, tipped foul. It's a right on left matchup, and Nally has consistently been attacking Arce the same way today. A lot of changeups down and away, fading into that right-handed batter's box.
And it's worked pretty well so far. I mean, Arce being in the cleanup spot, batting .414.
Fly ball into short left field. Sweet ranges towards the line and makes the catch. So the runner for Fullerton will retreat to first base. There's now 2 out in the inning.
Catcher number 22, Alexia Lopez.
Alexia Lopez comes up now for Fullerton. She's reached both times today, one of them on an error, so she's 1 for 2. First pitch, grounded right off her instep for a foul ball. Runner at first with 2 outs in the inning. Fullerton ahead 1-0. It's the top of the 6th. Oh, 1 from Nally. Taken for strike 2. Bryn Nally still out there for Long Beach. 77 pitches in as the starter.
Last year, Alexia Lopez, mainly the backup catcher, only making 13 starts in her season last year.
0-2, grounded over to second base. Weisbrook fields and tags the runner, and that does it for the top of the 6th inning. We're going to the bottom half. 1-0 Titans still after a big overturn on the review. Keeps the score where it's at. 1-0 Titans as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning here on 22 West Radio. Bottom of the 6th inning, Long Beach could desperately use a rally. It's 1-0 Fullerton, and the Long Beach offense has not been able to strike yet today. They stranded the bases loaded in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That was really the only good chance they've had today to try and score a run. Only 4 hits for the Beach as an offense. Fullerton hasn't had a great day on offense either, 1 run on 3 hits, but they still find themselves ahead on the scoreboard. Brooklyn Lee steps in to lead off the inning for Long Beach. First pitch taken for a strike on the outside corner. Trisha McCleskey still the pitcher in the circle for the Titans. Lee 0 for 2 today. Couple of ground outs as she takes the 0-1 for strike 2. Back-to-back takes puts Lee in an 0-2 hole.
Lee is a patient hitter. 2nd time in this game getting an 0-2 hole.
0-2 is flied left side and out of play. That one got blown quite a bit by the wind. So it's a foul ball and the count stays 0-2. McCleskey has thrown 2 1/3 innings since coming out of the bullpen for Fullerton. She's allowed only 1 hit and 0 runs. Another 0-2 taken just outside. Lee stays alive and moves the count to 1-2. Grounded over to second base. McClinton comes in, makes the play, and throws to first in plenty of time to get Lee. So it's a first out of the inning. Nobody on for Long Beach State.
Center fielder number 25, Michaela Medellin.
Michaela Medellin comes up now. Medellin 1 for 2 today. Had a double off the wall in the second inning. First pitch from McCleskey. Grounded over to shortstop. Perez ranges in, fields, and throws in time for the second out. First pitch ground out. Makes it 2 outs and nobody on for the Beach.
Both teams playing excellent defense this game. It's been a game of inches, some close calls here and there, but ultimately the sticks on either side have been absent.
McCleskey kicks and fires, ball 1. Carissa Sweet in the box now for Long Beach. Sweet 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. Her last time up gave a decent ride out into right field, but it was caught just in front of the track. 1-0 misses badly for ball 2.
Sweet was limited to offensive duties in the first half of the year of 2024.
2-0. Grounded just above the mound and into center field. It's a 2-out base hit for Carissa Sweet. She pulls up at first base with a single. So it's 2 outs and now a runner on first for the Beach. Chopper got right above the outstretched glove of McCleskey in the circle. Bounced into center field for a single for Sweet.
Nice solid contact up the middle. Sweet now starting in left field for the majority of the games this season.
Bryn Nally will be coming up now for Long Beach. We have a momentary pause as she needed to put on her batting gear. She didn't have her Evo Shield guards on, so she steps back over towards the Long Beach dugout, and somebody ran out with her elbow guard and shin guards for Long Beach. Definitely want to see their pitcher protected up there.
She got hit by the first pitch on her last at bat, right on the inside.
Nally will be coming up for the second time today. She wasn't in the starting 9, was pitching but not hitting to begin this ball game. Entered in place of Milena Terrones, the starting designated player. So Nally was hit her first time up. First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Nally with 7 at-bats on the season. She's 0 for 7, still looking for her first collegiate hit. 0-1, taken again on the outside corner for strike 2. Similar pitch there, got down near the knees instead of at the letters that time though.
Yeah, seemed to be a little bit off the plate, but John Baca behind the plate called it a strike, so 0-2 count.
Pitch grounded over to first, and it gets by. RC could not make the play. The runner trying to go first to third, and she's thrown out.
Wow.
What a throw from Lozano in right field. The ground ball got right through RC. Lozano came over to get it and guns down Sweet, trying to extend to third base. A one-hop throw. Long Beach looking over towards their dugout, thinking about challenging. What a throw it was from Lozano in right field.
6, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. We'll go to the 7th. Titans.
And it looks like they're going to leave the play. Long Beach still looking at each other like wondering if they're going to review, but now it looks like they're all grabbing their gloves and they'll head back out on defense. What a play from Lozano in right field, throwing out the runner, trying to get to third after an error at first. So the Beach go down scoreless again in the bottom of the sixth. We're going to the seventh inning, 1-0 Titans still here on 22 West Radio. What a throw it was from Natalie Lozano in right field for Fullerton. Throws out the runner trying to get to third base for the Beach to end the bottom of the sixth inning. Now we're going to the seventh. Fullerton coming back up to bat ahead 1-0. They could use some insurance, but the Beach continue to struggle offensively. It's Bryn Nally back out on the mound. The starting pitcher for the Beach has gone the entire game to this point. For Fullerton, stepping in is the third baseman, Sarah Casillos. Before the first pitch, we've got a momentary pause. Brooklyn Lee looks like she has some kind of equipment issue with her wristband behind the plate. Fixes it up, and now we're ready to go. Right on right matchup. First pitch of the inning from Nally is grounded right back to Nally. She knocks it down with her glove, picks up, and throws in time to first base. Nice play by the Long Beach State pitcher for the first out of the inning.
Nally's doing a great job today. She has a 2.96 ERA in this season. She's got 4 wins and 4 losses so far.
In steps Sofia Guevara. First pitch to her, taken just low for ball 1. Guevara 0 for 2 today with a fly out and a ground out. Bryn Nally through 6 1/3 innings, only 3 hits against her and 1 earned run. 1-0 flied out into right field, but playable for Apodaca. She's camped there and makes the catch for out number 2.
Once again on that outside pitch, getting these righties to kind of stick out their bats, limiting them to either pop outs or ground outs on the right side.
Interestingly enough, for Bryn Nally, despite a very good start to this point today, she's thrown 6 2/3 innings, only allowed 1 run, 0 strikeouts for Nally, but she's still finding success getting soft contact and getting balls in play. First pitch from Nally taken off the outside corner by Romulo for ball 1. Romulo has scored the only run of the game for either side to this point. She was walked to lead off the 3rd inning. 1-0 taken outside again for ball 2. After Romulo walked, she moved up to second on a fielder's choice and stole third base, and on the throw to third, it got away into left field and Romulo came around to score.
Romulo attended Oregon State University for the past 2 years.
This one catches the outside corner for Nally. Count now 2-1.
She also played in the Women's College World Series in 2022. Last year she served mainly as a pinch runner, scored 20 runs.
2-1. Short fly ball into center, but it's the left fielder, Sweet, who cuts over in front and makes the catch. It was short in the gap, but Sweet makes the play. So we're going to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Beach trying to fight back. Still a 1-0 deficit for Cal State Fullerton as Braden Nally sets him down 1-2-3 again. Beach coming back up to bat. 1-0 Fullerton as we go to the bottom of the 7th here on 22 West Radio. The Beach trying to fight back. It's the bottom of the 7th, and Long Beach State is trailing 1-0 to the Titans. Cal State Fullerton trying to finish off a sweep this weekend at Long Beach. Would be a huge victory for the Titans on the road in Big West Conference play. The Beach could use some fight right here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Leading things off is Weisbrook. She takes ball 1 to start the inning. 3 outs to go for Cal State Fullerton to try and secure a sweep against their arch rivals.
The key here is to get the bottom of the lineup on board so that way the top of the lineup can do their job.
Avery Weisbrook trying to work on base. 1-0 taken low, so she's ahead 2-0. It's 8-9-1 due up for Long Beach in this bottom of the 7th. Weisbrook, Perez, and Apodaca.
Weisbrook, the sophomore, originally from Torrance, California.
2-0 grounded hard over to third. Cecilos makes the play and throws in time to first. So that's the first out of the bottom of the 7th. Beach down to their final couple outs.
Shortstop number 7,
Selena Perez is going to come up to bat now. Beach elect not to go to their bench. Perez 0 for 2 today, batting just 102 on the season, but getting to take this plate appearance and try to work on base for the top of the lineup. First pitch taken up and away for ball 1. Trisha McCleskey still in the circle for Cal State Fullerton, trying to close this thing out. She's been in the circle for 3 2/3 innings already today. Only 2 pitchers for the Titans in this game. The Beach have only thrown 1 in Bryn Nally, but they're still on the wrong side of a 1-0 deficit. This one taken for strike 1, so it's a 1-1 count now to Perez.
That was a great pitch by McCleskey. Kind of tailed into the inside of the plate there. Batter thought it was originally a ball.
1-1 pitch, flied out into center field, ranging back for Hove in front of the track, stops and makes the catch. So a fly out from Perez puts the Beach down to their final out. 2 down, nobody on as the top of the order comes up with Long Beach hoping to rally.
Right fielder number 6, Lena Apodaca.
Lena Apodaca comes up here. Fullerton 1 out away from completing a sweep at Long Beach. Fullerton already ahead, one game ahead of the Beach in the Big West standings. First pitch to Apodaca taken for a ball just below the knees. So a win here today for Fullerton would put them 2 games ahead of the Beach. .1-0 count. Kleski comes home. It's grounded, chopped towards third. Cecinos fields and throws in time. What a play by the Fullerton third baseman to end it on a high chopper. And Cal State Fullerton has come to Long Beach State and swept 1-0 the final score here on Sunday. 3 straight wins for Cal State Fullerton and a tough loss again for Long Beach as their offense just could not get going at any point today.
Yeah, Bruce, it was a great defensive game from both sides. I know I was looking for Brooklyn Lee and Carissa Sweet to show up in this game. Although Long Beach only came up with a few hits here and there, it wasn't quite enough to get at least one across the board.
These two teams will shake hands now with the Beach dropping to 8-7 in conference play, 18-16 overall on the season. Certainly not where they hope to be at this point in the year after they were picked to win the Big West in the preseason coaches poll. But Long Beach drops to 8-7. Cal State Fullerton improves to 10-5 in conference play. They're up in 3rd place in the conference, watching what CSUN does today to potentially move into a tie for 2nd. So Cal State Fullerton in good shape after they come up to Long Beach and sweep the series, 1-0 the final score here today.
Long Beach is going to keep their 5th seed in the Big West, like you mentioned before, but ultimately we're going to look ahead going forward to see if they can pick up some wins here after this sweep off of Fullerton. Definitely more of a competitive game than the last one we saw in Game 2. Obviously a mercy rule, 11-0. But ultimately, like you said, before the game even started, Bruce, their pitching is there, but the batting, the sticks are not behind the pitching, and that's what they need to adjust to going forward into the season.
It's been the continual issue for the Beach this year, and it happens again today. They fall 1-0, and the Titans come to Long Beach and sweep the series. For the Beach, they'll head to UC Santa Barbara next weekend, doubleheader on Saturday and a single game on Sunday. They'll be back here in Long Beach to face UC Riverside on April 18th. But that'll do it for us here at the Long Beach State Softball Complex. Fullerton wins 1-0 to complete a series sweep. For Bruce Kuntz, Alex Prado next to me, this has been Long Beach State Softball on 22 West Radio. Thank you for joining us.